So in this video we're going to talk about the lambing process and how it went for us this year. There's 24 new lambs out here right now. Well, funnily enough, since recording that introduction, we've had an extra lamb. A yearling that we weren't expecting to be pregnant was, and she's had an extra, so we've got 26 in total. We're going to start this video right at the beginning by saying that the gestation period for a sheep is around 152 days. So with that information we can plan out when we want to have our lambs. So for us, we like to lamb in the spring. It's different for everybody. So we put our ram in around 152 days before the period of time we want to be lambing. Mature ewes tend to have the 2 lambs. We do get the occasional set of triplets, and our first-time mums tend to have 1 lamb with the occasional pair. But what you do find is the extra, if you will, it always tends to be a smaller lamb, and that's the one that's going to need the help, if anything. But once you got them through the initial little stage, the mothers are more than capable of caring for them. And when the time comes, I guess first up you're going to notice that the ewes, they start to bag out, they start to get big bellies where they're pregnant, and right up near the time they're going to start to lie down on the floor. They're going to start to look very uncomfortable. They'll be pacing backwards and forwards. There's a whole load of telltale signs. They'll be sniffing the air. But anyway, and of course if your sheep are anything like ours, they're going to wait to a really choice moment to start lambing. So within an hour these little guys are up on their feet. They are circling off of mama, and mama's already cleaned them up. They look like brand new. So at this point we step in. We usually put them into a small stall so that we can keep an eye on things, and they're going to be in there for a couple of days and check continuously, like every couple of hours, until we're happy that they're feeding and that they're ready to go out. The reason for the frequent checking is we need to make sure all the lambs get their vital colostrum. If they don't get that within the first 24 hours, most of them won't survive. So what we have to do sometimes it involves milking sheep, sometimes it involves syringe feeding the babies, sometimes you can literally get a lamb to suck on your finger first and then put it onto the tit. Either way, you've got to get that colostrum into them. Sometimes you've got to use colostrum from another mother. You've got to get these things to survive, and if you can get them over that first couple of days, then generally they're good to go. Once we're happy that they are feeding, they get turned out with the rest of the herd. And within a day or two, they're actually experimenting with solid food. I mean, the development of these animals is crazy compared to a human being whose brain development happens outside of pregnancy, whereas like the sheep are already somewhat compos mentis as soon as they're born, as much as sheep can be compos mentis. These guys are going to keep circling on mums until they are way too big, and when the pair of them get underneath, they lift mum right up in the air. So as far as complications go, you can end up with breech birth, swing bag, milk fever. There's lots of things that can go wrong, but it is nature, so that's part and parcel of it. Luckily this year we've had minimal complications, touch wood. We would like to show you a little success story we've had. Meet Peanut. She was born on a really cold night. She was born exceptionally small and born to a new mother and wasn't feeding to start with. So with a handmade sweater and some hot water bottles which kept her temperature up and continuous milking of the mother and syringe feeding, in a period of time she actually came back round. Like in this shot you can see she's right at death's door, but in a few days she was literally up and about and good to go and taking selfies with Emma, and before you know it she's turned out with the herd, and now she's not got a sweater on. You can't even pick her out. She's hardly any smaller. She's already catching up physically in size, and yeah, but it's always extra nice when something like that pans out and we can save an extra one, because she really wasn't doing very well, but as you can tell she's absolutely fine now. So everybody's out in range now, and that brings its own challenges, but that would be for another video. We hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, give Peanut a little thumbs up. If you haven't yet, think about subscribing for more, and yeah, here's love. We'll catch you all in the next one. Cheers. Oh, fella, you already eating hay? Oh, wait. I know, right? I know, dude, with the camera. Oh my goodness. It's okay, Mom.